So, Linkin Park has made big splashes recently because they started a countdown on their social media, of this news, like 5 days and 4 hours.
New
and 30.
singer coming, new singer
Yes,
coming.
new singer. And it was widely speculated who the lead singer is. And I was going to slow down. So they announced the lead singer a couple of days ago, along with a new album, a new song, which I've listened to, and we're going to listen to it here in a second. They announced it on September 5th, just 5 days ago.
Cool.
And the new vocalist is a woman named Emily Armstrong. She is 38 years old. She is and was the lead singer for a band called Dead Sarah, a new sound. They have a new single called The Emptiness Machine and planned for a world tour.
Okay.
I bring this up because here's the discussion. I think you'll appreciate this. And Mike and I don't prep, so we just wing it. But the part I want to bring up is this smart for Linkin Park, A, to get a female singer, and B, she's 38 compared to these guys who are in their late 50s, so they've aged her down. Now, the hardcore Link, because I'm a zeitgeist and keep my pulse on the social media, the hardcore Linkin fans, you asked about, am I a big fan? They are freaking out, and they are mad, and they are angry that they got this woman. The more casual fans are like, I'm embracing this. Now, that's question one. Question two is, what should have they done? Because if you look at the band Journey, they scoured the earth to find a singer who sounded exactly like Steve Perry. They literally found a guy homeless singing on the street in Vietnam and brought him on board. If you the other case study is Van Halen. They could have easily found a replacement for David Lee Roth, but they went in a completely different direction. And I will advocate extended that band's career by 4 or 5 albums. This woman looks different. She sounds different.
Yeah.
She acts different. I think this is a remarkably smart idea of Linkin Park for them to do this, because the pros and cons, they could have found there was a couple of guys that do sound and look like Chester Bennington with the shaved head and can do that long scream.
For sure.
But that, to me, that decision would have just been the hardcore small group of people holding on to what used to be.
Yeah, be sticking with what
and
you
it gives them no place to grow
Yeah.
and do something any different. And
I think I like all this.
Yeah, and now by bringing this woman in, by the way, as a quasi-rock fan, I know who she is. I've known who she is for a long time, and she's a good singer. I think this is so freaking smart and bold by Mike Shinoda, who's the guy calling the shots here. So we're going to listen to it, but I'm just curious, after you listen to this, Michael, what your thoughts are, a professional musician, producer, marketer, rock on tour.
Sure. Well, let's...
So what we're going to listen to is a few seconds of Numb, which is Linkin Park's arguably biggest hit. This is her singing live recently, just 5 days ago. And then it's a short burb of their produced new song called The Emptiness Machine.
Well, let's have a listen.
This is Linkin Park, the new Linkin Park. It's the new song. So that's it. That's just, the first part was Numb, their big hit live. The second one was a studio version of the new song. Micah, you have all of about 40 seconds to have an opinion on the new singer. What are your thoughts? I've done all the talking.
That's unfortunately, it was too brief for me, to be honest, to give
that's fair.
a thorough analysis. But I can tell you my...
What about just the thoughts of the hardcore Linkin Park people being upset that they got her instead of some Chester Bennington clone? That's really what I'm curious about.
Darren, I think, I believe this, and I think it frustrates you at times.
Yeah.
But I truly believe in life there are multiple right answers. And I think that it's okay if you have been a diehard fan. Like, if I was a diehard fan, I'm a diehard fan of Pink Floyd.
Yep.
If David Gilmour passed and they replaced David Gilmour, no matter who steps in his shoes, it will never be the same for me.
Yeah.
End of story. Does that mean I'm not going to embrace the new era? I'm not going to be there. I reserve my opinion because I have to still just like it. So like, there's a really good chance I'm going to like it because I really like Roger Waters and Wright and everybody. Like, I still like the rest of the band. So at that point though, for me, I'm recalibrating and just being like, do I like this band again? So I honestly think there's nothing wrong with that. Now you can be wrong of reasons why you don't like something, but I won't go down that road. Yep. So, like, let's say Pink Floyd replaces it with a purple frog, and I don't like it because I don't like purple frogs. Well, that's on you, buddy.
Right.
Go have a little self-reflection in your mirror. Don't rob yourself of things you enjoy because of some weird thing that you don't like about the thing that it doesn't match your agenda. Anyways, the PSA over. I also think that the other side is totally justified, that like, hey, this is fresh and new and I like this. For me, this is a new band. They definitely had those Linkin Park vibes on the new song. I was like, oh yeah, that sounds like a Linkin Park foundation. I was like, right. That foundationally sounds like Linkin Park. And then the backup vocalist and writer, I forget his name, but
Mike Shinoda, yeah.
Mike, sounds like Mike.
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm getting Linkin Park hints and vibes. But now I'm just like, hey, do I really like this band? And I see them as Linkin Park. I still feel that as Linkin Park. I see those things there. And I'm just like, do I like this? And my immediate, if we want to just go into opinions about it, I was like, yeah, I think I probably like this. I don't know how much I'll listen to yet. That's where I just need more time. I need more time with it. But I'm going to put it in. It was plenty good enough for me to be like, oh, I'll put some time into this. So honestly, everybody out there, if you're feeling emotions and things, go watch Inside Out, and it's okay. We all have them.
Well, thank you, Micah. And you are correct. There are more than one right answers. Just a month ago, I was in Denver. I saw Sammy Hagar and Michael Anthony play Van Halen music. Joe Satriani was playing guitar instead of Van Halen.
Yeah, and how's that make you
feel? The first two songs aggravated me, and I was fixated on it.
Because it's not.
And then I told myself to calm down and just enjoy it for whatever it is.
Let's enjoy him and
I turned it around and it was good.
Right, but then eventually you were like, okay, Joe's awesome. My brain is playing tricks
on me. He's amazing. So yes, I get he's not Eddie, but whatever, dude.
That's my take with this on Linkin Park. So it's like, hey, go through your emotions, feel remorse and loss for a thing that you loved. It's never coming back. I get that. Life is tough like that. Now, shut that down and give it a real. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Right. But don't not like it just because it's like you have baggage.
For me, I don't. I think if they would have gotten a Chester clone, it would have been the end of that band. I really do. And there's nowhere to go.
I wonder, too, behind the curtains, is it's like how much of it is a political move and how much of it was just something they just wanted to do. Because it's like,
well, and that's
side is like if they didn't have a huge following that was remaining, playing old songs, and it wasn't growing.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, let's just make this decision based on that. Let's do something different. That's also not the worst decision in the world, but I like the idea that they met with her or had a relationship or something was there and they just really liked it and it felt a little more organic.
And she's not like they found some rando on the street. She's been doing this for a while.
And she had a really like when I started to hear her more rock gravelly tones towards the end of the new song, I was like, oh, that's cool. When she sang the first one live, that is a really tall task. That's not. It's not really fair. So I heard that and I was like,
that's why I played it. Yeah, and that's what people are reacting. I'm sorry, she's not Chester Bennington.
I see why they react to that because it's like, it's not, guys. I'm just gonna put this down. Live albums and live things that happen live feel different live. They're kind of built for live, guys. So like, is that a video of somebody's side phone camera where they're watching it from the stage? Dude, that's not how music feels live. You got a full stack PA. Like what happens with those phones is they isolate those higher tones. You get no bass, and all of a sudden the voice just really stands out and it's really apparent, and it's not how that works. So do not try to go watch Chester back in the day on a camera phone recording and be like, oh, okay, it was a little wobbly, it was a little off. It's just like, so Yeah, go watch them live, and I'll bet you it hammers. I'll bet you it
I bet it does, too.
hammers and
Well-
feels fantastic. And when I heard her on the recording, which you did, good job, I was like, yeah, there it is. Like, there it is. Like when you got that perfect take and you're crushing it, cool. That sounds
Right? For
that
me,
sounds good.
the bottom line comes down to this: what is the goal of the band? If they wanted to say, if they wanted to, their goal was to be, we're talking about Linkin Park. If their goal was to be, we want to create new music, extend our career for 3 or 4 more albums, create new stuff, new image, new fandom, then a singer like this was smart. If their goal was to, we want to ride on this revenue train of a Chester clone, maybe get one new album out of it,
Yeah.
and just keep playing our greatest hits,
Yep.
then they should have gone the other way. To me,
Yeah, I
as
agree.
a fan,
It's fun.
I embrace that they still want to be artistic and new
It feels
at
like
this age.
it feels
That's
like the
why
right
I'm
choice.
pro this decision.
I agree. It feels like the right choice, and I enjoy it, and I liked it. I genuinely liked like some new art.
She sounded very
know?
Paramore.
Yeah.
Gwen Stefani
like,
to me at the
yeah,
end.
like,
This girl can sing.
Oh man, she got some. It had some.
Yeah, and don't
aggro
hold her
there.
up to Chester Bennington. That's
Darren,
not fair.
we have 1 minute.